In this video, I want to yet again talk about Treyarch's next Call of Duty game, which is rumored to be slated for 2024, with a full 3 years of development and possibly 2 years of post-launch content support. As you know, there's been a lot of leaks for Call of Duty 2024 because of the fact that within Warzone Mobile, data miners had found a bunch of information for not just Modern Warfare 2, but also Treyarch's next game, which is very weird as to why it's within the APK files within that game. Speaking of Warzone Mobile though, within Game Loop, which is the Android emulator on PC, you are actually able to pre-order Warzone Mobile. We'll probably learn more information about it at Call of Duty Next, which is going to be happening next week on September 15th at 9:30 AM Pacific time. I'm not sure why you're able to pre-order on Game Loop since it's a free-to-play game anyways. The main focus of this video is going to be talking about the Call of Duty 2024 setting though. Of course, we still don't know what this game is even going to be called, and I'm sure Treyarch don't even have a set in stone name just yet, and I'll come on to that in a little second, but first of all, I have an awesome service to let you be aware of. This video has been kindly sponsored by iFriend, which is an AI that is capable of empathy and can provide you with a new level of communication. Chatting with iFriend is an exciting and rewarding experience. You will be able to create a whole world with your own relationship rules by simply chatting with iFriend and sharing your problems and dreams with them. iFriend's also a great opportunity to share your thoughts and opinions when feeling alone. Think of it like a semi-diary entry where an AI is able to communicate and provide feedback on your day and can even give you some positive quotes to help cheer up your mood when needed. With iFriends, people can feel less deprived of communication or alone, and you can help improve your social skills in terms of small talk and questioning. On the contrary, it is an opportunity to find a friend whose only mission is to make people happier. iFriend is designed to be the most helpful friend around when you need it, someone who won't judge and isn't burdened by their problems. There are easy-to-use settings to customize and create a fully fledged virtual friend with great flexibility, being able to set their gender, age, race, and communication style. The user-friendly design simplicity makes it perfect for anyone, no matter their background or technological experience. iFriend can also respond via voice chat and can help make them feel more lifelike. Virtual Friend reads emotions well and responds to you accordingly. iFriend provides you with an opportunity to be heard, a friend who has great humor and jokes but never judges. You can set the neutral network to be friendly or flirty, allowing for communication in a playful way, and it's able to understand text, voice messages, and images that you send, allowing for better and more natural, fulfilling conversation between you two. So if this app sounds like something right up your alleyway, be sure to check it out via the link in the description. To summarize, they're a friend who's always available to communicate, listen, give advice, and have fun. They are always available. Their empathy and willingness is their standout attribute that never lets you down, so don't let them down and be fast and check them out on the App Store to begin chatting today. So of course, we still don't have an official name for Call of Duty 2024 just yet. In fact, it's not even been officially confirmed by Activision or Treyarch. But with the previous leaks from Warzone Mobile, it seems to be suggesting that the game is going to be set in the 90s, which makes perfect sense because we know that Zombies is also going to be heading to the 90s, as the ending of Forsaken skips 5 years to 1990, where Dr. Peck is looking for some old friends in the Pacific. Black Ops Cold War's campaign, Zombies, and multiplayer were all set in the Cold War, and I think this is probably something that Call of Duty want to do moving forward, where they have all of the modes in the same time setting, as opposed to the past where Zombies would be in completely different time settings to the campaign for the game, which I guess some fans found jarring. It does seem like the game is going to be set around the 1990s though, potentially covering the invasion of Panama, the Gulf War, the bombing of Yugoslavia, and that's all according to the images that actually leaked of multiplayer maps within the Warzone Mobile files, as they showed some air and land vehicles that we were able to pinpoint the time eras that they are likely used in. But not only did we get a load of multiplayer maps leaked, we did also get a load of weapons leaked. I believe there's been even more weapons leaked since I made my last video going over all of this information. We of course have leaked perks, modes, and even more, and I will leave a link to my prior video in this video's description where I go over all of the Call of Duty 2024 information. I do wonder what the title for this game is going to be though, because of the fact that it doesn't seem like it's probably going to be focusing on one war. Of course, Black Ops Cold War was called Black Ops Cold War, and if this game is going to be covering the Gulf War, some have been thinking that it might be called Black Ops Gulf War, but we'll have to wait and see what the actual title ends up being called. Technically, this game is going to be Black Ops 6. For some reason, people have been calling it Black Ops 5, but Black Ops 5 was actually Black Ops Cold War. That was the placeholder used for that game. In fact, there was even a accidental glitch within the zombies menu that showed a Black Ops 5 icon inside of Cold War Zombies. So that game was definitely Black Ops 5. So now we're moving on to Black Ops 6, but it probably won't be called Black Ops 6. I do expect this game to be a direct sequel to Black Ops Cold War though, and we'll probably pick up after the death of Stitch, and we'll probably see the continuation of Perseus. The thing is, prior to these leaks being posted, there were prior rumors that Treyarch's next game is going to be set around the era of Black Ops 2 in the near future / modern day, and that does make sense since we know that Perseus are active in the current day, as we saw on Rebirth Reinforced in Warzone. And some people have been speculating that maybe this game is going to cover two different time settings where it'll jump back and forth between the Black Ops 2 kind of era and the past in the 90s. I'm not sure if that's exactly going to be the case though. As we've been getting more and more leaks, it seems like this game is purely just going to be set in the past, unless the story is told from near Black Ops 2's era, but they are talking about what happened in the past and we play that out throughout the campaign whilst the story is being told from the future, if that makes any sense. For example, we could have Crazy Woods talking about all of this stuff that went on back in the day from the future. So far, people have been thinking that most of the campaign is going to be set in the 90s, or at least some of it, but according to a new rumor from the Ghost of Hope, Call of Duty 2024's campaign will also cover Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. So the game might also span the early 2000s too. I'm not really sure how Treyarch would want to handle covering the Iraq War though, since most Call of Duties have been heavy on the US propaganda, and a lot of people have been worrying that if they are going to cover the Iraq War, that it'll once again just be American propaganda. But Black Ops Cold War I think did very well in showing both sides of the Cold War. I think it's probably been the fairest representation that we've ever had from a Call of Duty campaign. So yeah, maybe the campaign's just going to span all of the 90s and even into the early 2000s, and maybe even the near future / modern day too if it's around Black Ops 2 era, but we're not exactly sure about that. And it will be interesting to see how Call of Duty portray this. Will they show the failures of America? Will this game be a fairer representation of events with more nuance? According to the Ghost of Hope, COD 2024 will also cover the Battle of Mogadishu, which is also known as the Black Hawk Down incident, which has been in many films. The thing is though, Treyarch have been posting a lot of job listings for both zombies and multiplayer of their next game. Interestingly though, they've not been posting any job listings for the campaign. This has been leading people to think that maybe Treyarch won't be working on the campaign for their next game again, and maybe Raven Software will be doing the majority of the work for it. Now, contrary to popular belief, even though Black Ops Cold War's campaign was heavily worked on by Raven Software and even Sledgehammer Games, since it was initially going to be a Ravensoft and Sledgehammer game before Treyarch were forced to take over because development was apparently messy and there was fallings out, but Treyarch did actually do a lot of the work and at least the storyline stuff for Black Ops Cold War's campaign. Whilst they might have not been developing the maps and stuff themselves, I'm sure they were overseeing the project and what Ravensoft were working on, and especially in terms of the narrative, I do think Treyarch did a lot of work there. So maybe within Treyarch's next game it's going to be similar, where Raven Software are doing the majority of the work on the campaign whilst Treyarch are just overseeing it, and then the Treyarch developers are mainly going to be focusing on multiplayer and zombies, which I think is probably for the best, because zombies has apparently got big plans for COD 2024, and that's what I want to see Treyarch focus on. Honestly, Treyarch's next game is looking like it could be a massive hit, because they do have so much time to work on this game, but I don't want to jinx it. Of course, we are still a while away from the game releasing, and things could totally go wrong. But so far, where we are standing now, a massive catastrophe has to go down in order for this game to flop. So I'm hoping this could be a big comeback for Treyarch after the last two Call of Duties, Black Ops 4 and Black Ops Cold War, have been quite dividing in the Call of Duty community. And many fans just see Infinity Ward as the Call of Duty GOATs, which Infinity Ward were originally seen as the Call of Duty GOATs, but then around Black Ops 2, it switched to Treyarch being seen as the Call of Duty saviors. But with Modern Warfare 2019, it seems to have switched back in Infinity Ward's favor, and maybe with Treyarch's next game, Treyarch and Infinity Ward could be on equal playing fields, each having a different take on Call of Duty that are distinct and different from one another, but are both seen as very solid entries in the Call of Duty franchise. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Huge information. Of course, be sure to check out my prior video if you want to learn more, since I went over some other stuff in that video. This was mainly focused surrounding the campaign, and just a quick reminder to check out iFriend, who have kindly sponsored this video. again via the link in the description. It's a lot of fun just to talk to the AI and mess about and share your thoughts, opinions, and see what kind of feedback they give you. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.